So I'm going to record my screen using the QuickTime movie player and trying to reproduce the problem where the memory pressure actually it is now green, but it goes into yellow and then into red, and then it basically just kind of stalls everything, and it waits. Even if I switch the browser tab, it's going to wait on that. And even if I click, for example, screenshot using the Control Shift and 4 shortcut key, and even now I'm seeing a delay. So let me just show you once again. Okay, I'm going to press now and see there's a significant delay which I don't like. So that's the one problem that I'm having with the new MacBook Air 2020 M1. So even though there is no pressure, it's all green, the memory pressure is all green, and it has apparently, free memory, but I still facing this problem using the capturing screen. So really there is a significant delay. So let me show you once again. Okay, and see the time difference. That's a significant gap. I think about maybe zero 0.4 seconds or 0.5 seconds or something along those lines. So literally there should be no gap. As soon as I hit the shortcut keys, it should actually start capturing the screen, but it's not. So let me kind of switch things over and see if I can reproduce that red memory pressure. So right now the system usage is only 13.8%, which is pretty good. And usually I've never have any problem with this part. So even if this goes into a red zone, this would still be under 40%. But let's see if I can reproduce it. Let's play this. And let's open some Chrome. Okay. Let's open YouTube here. Let's open Twitter. So far it's doing pretty well. There is no issue. But when it does, things go really, really slow. Okay, so let's jump into Camtasia, right? Okay, this was the video that I made before. So let's open this one just so we have something. It's loading. How about the activity monitor? Still fine, no issues here. 14%. Let's start Android Studio. Okay, new project. Let's go for the blank one and let's finish. And now let's compile. So let's see how the memory pressure is doing now. Okay, so it now turned into red. Okay, now if I switch tabs, let's go into Safari. There is there any gap? No, it's still acceptable. It's not an issue right now. But let's see if it is going to be. So at this point, there are some yellows and some reds, but percentage usage-wise, it's right now at 28%, and that was the peak. So it never kind of went above that. So okay, let's do Android emulator. Okay, so let's go into Android emulator, And also what I will do is I will compile the code. Okay, close this. Okay, and let's look at the memory pressure now. So here, it is red, but right now it's not giving me any problem though. I reached to 40%. Well, there's a little bit lag, you see. When I click it, it takes time to load the screen. Let's go to the browser now, Safari. And now there is a little bit of lag. Yes, there is. So let's try Yahoo. Not too bad though, not bad at all actually. Okay, let's go to Chrome. Okay, now I've clicked it, and now it there, and now it highlighted the. Okay, now it does. Okay, so it came after like maybe 15 to 20 seconds, and now you look that it's loading. And here I'm switching tabs. So now it is fine, but let's look at the, and you see the lag here, and you see all this thing. That's what really I'm talking about. And if you look at the CPU for this time, it never kind of went above the 40%. So it's kind of pretty much in in green area. But the memory is what the main problem is. And now let me take a screenshot. Okay, so Command Shift 4. Now I pressed it, and now the cursor came. That's really what I'm talking about. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it came now. 1, 2, 3, 4. See that difference, that delay. So that's very irritating to me. And I've been using Mac, and for me, whenever on my 2011 MacBook Pro, whenever I would use Control Shift 4, it will actually show me the cursor. But in this case, it takes 0.5 seconds to sometimes even 1 to 2 seconds. So that's where the problem is, and the root cause might be Chrome. But right now I'm not even running emulators. So if you look at the memory, 2.4 GB is taken by Camtasia, and then Android Studio is 1.7 GB, and then these are just the browsers. So emulator is not even there, and this memory pressure is causing problems. And again, if you look at the CPU usage, it's totally fine. So what I'm saying is that this shouldn't be the case, not the memory, because if CPU is powerful enough, it should just go to the RAM, fetch new data, and here we're talking about a couple of GB, so it really shouldn't take that long to fetch. But in this case, it is, and it's so much so that even just taking a screenshot like this, it's taking time. See how long it took? Almost 2 to 3 seconds. So that's the reason that I'm actually returning this MacBook M1, because I would really want to buy it when this problem is fixed. And for the rest of it, I know that it is fast in terms of producing videos. It actually does a pretty decent job. I've tested it. It's kind of at least 4 times faster than my 2011 MacBook Pro, which also has SSD and 16 gigs of RAM. This one is 8 gigs, but now this one has this problem, but my 2011 MacBook Pro does not have this problem, and that's really annoying. So I hope this video would help. I did take my MacBook Pro to the local Apple Store, but they were not really interested in fixing the problem, and they recommended to kind of just format it. And I said, if that's all you guys gonna take, so I'll just rather take it back. So the problem still persists, and I'm going to return this laptop.